Some quotes from Sigmund Freud. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Where ID was, their ego shall be. The ego is not master in its own house. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. The goal of all life is death. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. The first human being who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. From era to era, one discovers the entire truth. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and the source of the greatest anxiety throughout life. Neurotics complain of their illness, but they make the most of it, and when it comes to taking it away from them, they will defend it like a lioness her young. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? Time spent with cats is never wasted. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. One is very crazy when in love. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The more the fruits of knowledge become accessible to men, the more widespread is the decline of religious belief. The madman is a dreamer awake. Religious ideas have sprung from the same need as all the other achievements of culture, from the necessity for defending oneself against the crushing superior force of nature. The tendency to aggression is an innate, independent, instinctual disposition in man. I have found little that is good about human beings. On the whole, in my experience, most of them are trash. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. A love relationship is similar to a good conversation. Both need a balance of speaking and listening.